Zeldris and Novitás decide to make their way to the Atheneum Arcanum to meet the biologist and conjurer, Arthurn Tarnemar. Making their way through the lobby and up the ever-far staircase to the Conjurer's Arcanum, where they find what was once a zoo of exotic creatures. It seems like it has all been emptied for some strange reason, except for one cage, where beneath a cloth draped over the cage lies a shadowed creature with glowing yellowed eyes. Zeldris, a little creeped out, backed away from the creature and left it be. To the back of the room and up another flight of stairs, they make their way into Arthurn's office, where our adventure continues. He looks very tired and withered and very much overexerted. You imagine his knowledge has been called upon as, the Archmage is more about his magical prowess rather than his knowledge.
Okay. You haven't had much rest since we last saw you then?
Has he had any?
No. Not really. What are you here for?
We want to discuss something that's probably the best in private.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
What?
Can we discuss something with you in private for a bit?
Sure. Nix, can you go get those books off the Archmage, please? Yeah, sure. I'll be back soon, I guess. He makes his way out and just nods to both of you and nods off. And you watch as Arthur just flicks his hand and you hear it as the doors close behind you.
Okay.
What is it?
Well, the main thing was, I think I told you we told the Knight Silverin about this whole thing. We talked with her, and one of the suggestions we came to was getting info from the Arcanum to give to the Knights, so hopefully they could do something about this issue. We were coming to ask if you thought that was, or if you had anything we could give them, and if that was alright given the Archmage's disposition.
What? Sorry, I blanked out. Say that again?
Oh god.
He seems very, just out of it.
Would it be easier if I wrote it down so you could read over things?
No, it's fine. Just go.
Okay, well, we told the Knight Silverin about the wealth problem a while ago. She told us if we could get information from the Arcanum here and give to them, they could maybe do something about it. We were wondering if you had anything we could give them, and if that would be okay given the Archmage's disposition towards the Knights.
We're not really... We've been told not to give them information.
Yeah.
We've been trying to cooperate with them, but
Who's making it up? Which party?
both the Archmage and the King are making it very difficult.
Right. I think...
The Archmage wants to be able to have his mages roam the street and deal with the problem. The King wants to deal with the problem himself.
Yes.
And just have the information from the mages. He doesn't want their actual physical help.
How much means you want to give information without allowing physical help?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see.
They're both being...
Difficult?
Yes.
Right. Well, I think...
And the mages are very much split on what we should do in this regard. I keep telling them to just give them the information and fix the city, because lives are at danger, and literally every other mage says otherwise.
You were being solely...
I say split, I'm the only one who's trying to push for that.
Right.
It's not split at all, yes.
Well, I think the one we talked to would be willing to take information, but that would probably cause issues if we did it.
Look, I mean, if you give the information to us, we're going to...
They will know.
Yes, that's the problem.
And then it'll come back to me.
Yes. That's why we came to ask if it was okay to do in the first place.
Probably not.
Okay.
Is...
Your best
I know
bet...
catching flack isn't nice, but, if the problem's solved, comparatively...
That's not really how mages work.
Well, they'd be upset at him and at us.
Yes.
It would be
don't want to get on
them.
the Archmage's bad side. Keep in mind, I can just be thrown out of the Atheneum. Very easily if I disobey his orders. He's the Archmage. The Archmage has final say. That's how
Yes.
these places
And
work.
for us, I imagine it would be worse. So.
Correct. You're new
Yes.
in comparison.
Atheneum Arcanum.
That's not how that works.
I haven't done any deals, signed anything, agreed to.
You don't have to sign anything. You entered this place, therefore you are a part of it.
I mean, he can kind of just do it. He's the Archmage.
Exactly.
If he wants to force cage you or whatever.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we can't do that.
Your best bet would be to try and get one of the Grand Knights or the king or maybe the princess to come here and discuss it. Probably with me. That would be the only way I see about getting around.
Well, I could.
Best bet.
I can't do anything. I'm stuck here telling everybody what to do and being ignored.
We could try to talk to that knight again and get her to come here, but that seems unlikely.
Very unlikely.
Are you the only one with information about what's going on with the werewolves?
What if?
Everybody has their opinions. I'm the only one with actual, factual access.
What
to
about
facts.
that messenger? Esmeralda was her name, Zeldris.
Yeah. She worked for Fountainfall, correct?
Perhaps she could be a negotiator here.
Well, if she's a messenger, she probably works for multiple people.
Yeah, that was her house. That was the place that she worked out of.
No, that was a mistake that I made originally. She, yeah, that was my mistake originally. She works under the Manor of Diplomacy.
Well, if anything called for diplomacy.
But she was under a job for Fountainfall. I just said it incorrectly.
Right.
We did try and correct that, but yeah.
House of Diplomacy?
Manor of Diplomacy.
Well, what if we got a messenger from the House of Diplomacy to come over?
Well, they're the ones who are trying to currently organise this mess and get the mages and Faerun to agree.
Right. So, kind of redundant.
Yes, it's already happening for the most part, so unless you have something to add to that
I don't
diplomacy.
think
Unless you have leverage of some sort.
so. Not really. We have that. We talked to Silverin about this once. That's about it. Unless you can think of anything.
How to leverage the King of Faerun.
Well, leveraging the king isn't going to be as useful as leveraging the people who run the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Leveraging the Fountainfall family would be your best bet.
We don't really have much connection with them.
No, nor do we want to create connection with them, particularly.
We can make a note of it and do anything if the opportunity arises, but I don't see how this is going to happen. That's mildly frustrating.
Your names are going around town, to be fair. Both good
Esmeralda
and
did
bad.
tell us.
Yes.
That's the king's keeping an eye on us, apparently. Or the guards are, apparently.
Well, given that's the case, then you may just be called upon at some point. If your names are brought up in the diplomacy.
Yes, I considered that, but I was hoping to bring them information to help now. But if they're
So
going
the progression of this ever-infectious, disgusting plague in the city.
That's aggressive.
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
So the spread of this ever-disgusting plague in the
yes.
city.
I was just thinking we give them info before it gets too much worse. But if that's not going to happen...
you can try and get a meeting with them, but the chance of that is very slim. To be fair, like I said, in all likelihood you'll be called to them.
Yes.
Do they have generalised information about owls? Like the typical silver egg owl?
Well, they know that, because everyone knows that, and they also know that the full moon isn't exactly a great thing.
No.
That's about it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all then.
Yes.
They're woefully unprepared.
They've been trying to hire outside people from other places around on Earth. Apparently they have a monster hunter who's coming in
So
to help deal with it, so they'll likely have more information soon.
they'll hire the monster hunter and not the entire... Okay.
Welcome to Faerun.
Could have been so much easier.
It could have, yes. That's not how politics works, though.
Right. Well, I don't think...
How is Faerun standing? How does this city exist? I don't understand.
Well...
It's a war city.
Well, I mean,
Surely you'd think
cities-
fighting is the thing they're good at.
It is.
They're not
And
fighting...
that's why they're standing.
Well, they're not good at fighting werewolves, I imagine. They're probably prepared for traditional armies.
Well, they're prepared for orcs, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, orcs, I imagine they
Orcs,
could fight
giants, that sort of thing.
humans, dwarves.
Yeah.
But,
Werewolves are a...
well, they need
Different breed.
Yes.
Well, they need to silver their weapons, right?
Yes.
At the
and
very
you
least.
generally need more powerful weapons.
They don't know
Or
anything
weapons
about
specialised.
They probably don't have any training for their tactics.
Oh, and you also need magic. You know, one of the best ways of killing these
Anything?
supernatural creatures.
Yes.
It's just stupid.
It's very frustrating. Alright, well, are we done with that issue then, Zeldris?
I suppose we are. I don't think there's much more that we can do on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I come in yet? Give us a minute. Anything else?
So the next agenda, I pull out of the bag of holding the little vial with Evelyn's residue on
What's this?
This is from the parasite.
it. In the vault.
Yo.
Novitás also got some information.
Yes. Well,
Today.
clearly you're busy, but since we're already here, we figured we'd ask.
Should I open this or no?
We don't know, so don't.
It's inside.
So,
What's the information you got?
quite a bit. The main thing is that normally if it senses a threat to itself, it will kill the host.
Okay.
So it's going to be...
Well, we've seen that
Yes.
before, so that makes sense.
Well,
Anything new?
quite a bit. I was actually getting to that. Given that we got the eye out of him in one and it didn't kill him, that's a discrepancy in the first place. My,
My
sus-
tampering with him should have killed him every time.
Okay.
my suspicion is that, and I don't know this, but considering it's an aberration, and I think this was a shared suspicion in the information I got, they possibly use some kind of psionics to detect if there's a threat to them.
Well, we don't know for certain. It's
No.
an aberration, and he steps his
Well,
way over.
actually, Reese,
he takes a couple.
did they specify that in the info I got?
Yeah, he said that.
Oh, yeah.
He's certain it's an aberration.
No, they are definitely sure it is.
Well, I'm not so much. He goes over and takes a few books here and there. He chucks a couple open and flips to a couple of pages.
What suggests it's just an aberration, or that it's more favours.
Points to the top one first. First thing, fiends can have very much the same effect that this thing is. This could just be a pact device put into his head.
What?
Considering it doesn't react, it could very much just be connected to an outside source, and therefore being controlled by some sort of devil or something like that.
Yes.
That would make sense to me. It seems, from what I've looked at, aberrations often aren't parasitic and are more just drain and kill.
That is reasonable.
So, having an
Well-
abhorrent parasite, although in theory possible, would be a rather remarkable occurrence.
Hang on, I'm gonna roll like that. Would Novitás know much about like mind flayers, Reese?
Yeah, mind flayers are probably the only one known by basically everyone
Well,
as aberrations.
Ceramorphosis doesn't kill. It kind of kill the host, but it doesn't destroy the body or the like. This could be similar to that.
It could be, I suppose.
Obviously different,
Yes, this seems
and that's the only
like something else.
aberration I can think of that would do that.
The next thing is, considering how resistant it is to
Oh, that's something I was going to get to.
attacking things, it being attacked, and it's so aggressive and responding to threatening, I don't know, auras is the best way I can put it. Fae seems like the next contender. Fae are very in tune with their surroundings and the natural world around them,
That's
and
reasonable.
are very reactive to the things around them. The more Fae a creature is, the more in tune it is with its surroundings. Things like tremor sense, or even just sensing the emotions of creatures around, are very much a fey creature's ability, not an aberration.
Since you mentioned its resilience, do you mind if I divert for a bit?
Go for it.
So there was like section performed on one, and showing the diagram, it appeared to be hollow.
Well, then that would even more point to it not being an aberration. Aberrations need minds.
No, we were...
Even mind flayers have a brain.
Of course, we were considering... I was at least considering either that the organs had been moved outside, which is unlikely, or more likely it was disguising the presence of them, which is actually, I think, reasonable. But
well, then that would
likely.
more point it towards a fey to me.
You could do
if
it
it's
with
doing
psionics.
I guess.
It's also...
It seems like a lot more effort than
it's
magic.
taking the main stream of blood from his heart isn't being prioritized.
Yes.
Well, then that comes to my last one. It being a beast of some sort.
Beast.
Yes, just literally a parasite. And that although the other ones that we've seen may be what you're talking of, I think the one in him may actually just be a creature.
We were considering it to be a different kind.
Well, I think it may not even be the same thing. It may do a similar thing, but I think it might
Maybe a
just be
different subspecies of parasite.
We did consider,
Maybe?
like, perhaps if they had a short enough reproductive cycle, this could be an evolved version. Or an unevolved version, depending on how long it's been in him.
potentially.
I don't know how they reproduce or how fast, so that's just a shot in the dark.
But anyway,
spell.
More to my...
You also got a spell.
Oh, what's the spell?
This could, apparently,
Can I see it?
yeah. This could apparently temporarily take it out of him.
He kind of hesitates for a second as he looks
Wasn't
at
a goblin write this?
No?
No?
Oh,
wasn't your friend a goblin?
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a goblin.
it. No, that's the guy that's...
Yeah, no, it was an
Oh,
oracle.
right.
Yeah. He kind of looks at it a little confused.
We were...
This looks dangerous.
Yes, I wasn't planning to use it unless needed.
I wouldn't even use it if needed.
That's why I kind of didn't want to bring it out. Didn't see much point.
I don't even know anyone that could cast this.
Yeah.
Apparently is the Archmage.
He wouldn't want to cast it, that's for sure.
Apparently it's experimental.
Experimental is, one way to put it.
Yes.
You realise that has multiple spell
Yes.
types.
I identified that immediately.
Do you understand how dangerous that is?
Yes. As I said, I didn't plan to. That's why I didn't plan to bring it up.
I don't think you should touch that.
Okay. Well, another thought was that apparently this is present back home and it was created by the Crimson.
Okay.
Yeah.
What evidence is there for that?
Well, apparently it's in the clan leaders. This is kind of off topic.
So I was really imagining. Well, apparently it's in the
Well, no, that was me looking at my notes.
Yeah.
Look, that's off topic. The main thing was...
Was there any evidence for that? Because that could be helpful. It means I could look towards Elstraw for being the source.
Was there evidence in the letter or did they just say it?
It was just circumstantial evidence.
Oh. Sorry, so I'll go back. Oh, well, apparently according to the letters, but there's no proof. I'll just undo me saying there was.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that was just me out of character.
One also came up from Soltis, so if that is the case, then
It could be in
Soltis has an
Soltis as
infection.
well.
Well, I've been looking in Soltis more than anything.
Yes.
Because I figured that would be the best place to look. But obviously Soltis is tight-lipped about everything.
Yes. We'll...
So it's hard to get any information, and we don't have an inside source in Soltis, because their Mages Academy is cut off from every other one, except for the one in Domus. And we can't get access to one in Domus at the moment because of everything that's happening right now.
I could potentially get some more info with sending if you have any key questions. The main thing I wanted to come here about, though, was if you could use this sample to identify how we destroy it.
what it is resistant to, or
Apparently they're hollow,
Vulnerable to.
which confuses me on how we get rid of them.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Before you
Generally, if
that.
it's something that doesn't have a mind or doesn't have anything like that, it's usually something more, much smaller. So generally, to destroy something like that, you have to just incinerate it.
Well, here's the thing. I detected a mind on them with the Goliaths. I guess this could be a different breed, but
How? No, I'm not going to ask.
Sorry, Atheneum.
He just kind of pauses for a second. Look, I don't fully understand what either you are or do or anything like that.
that's fair.
So I'm going to go on what I do know.
That's fair. That's
What I do know is that when you want to kill something that doesn't have a physical source for its mind or spirit or anything like that, you incinerate it. I'd say that would be your best bet. And if that doesn't work, good luck.
okay. Is that all for now?
I can have a look at this, but I don't know how much I can do with it. It's only residue, so it's probably just an acid of some sorts or something.
Probably a bigger sample would be needed. I'm not sure how to get that.
More just an excretion of the creature.
Yes.
So that's like you giving me a sample of your snot or
Yeah,
something.
that's fair.
Like it's not exactly going to give me much information.
If we had another case, we could probably figure out more, but...
Then we could test what is and isn't going to kill one.
Wait, how did your source get access to a living one to dissect it without it being attached to something? 'Cause we haven't seen one that's unattached before.
Well...
Did he not kill someone and take the parasite out?
Well, according to the letters, if it kills the host, it would usually... Does it say it will come out of them explicitly, Reese, or is that just kind of implied?
So it says that it'll either run away or destroy itself.
If it kills a host, apparently it will either run away or destroy itself.
And not destroy itself in the way that causes collateral. It's a complicated way that it works.
That was the bit that was confusing.
Yeah.
That it either ran away or destroyed itself.
Yeah.
But when it destroyed itself, it destroys all the other ones.
Yeah, so when
the
it
bit that
destroys
definitely-
itself in a
Yeah.
host, if it destroys itself outside of a host, then it just kills itself.
Right.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
You'll understand at some point.
I think it was... My best guess from these letters is it was done with a host that I managed to capture it, just leaving. I'd have to ask explicitly, though.
I doubt you could send that over. That'd be a rather dangerous thing to send. I can't exactly go into Elstraw without being killed.
No.
Can you know that?
I'm not exiled or anything. I can go fine, but that's a while away. Could probably get teleported one way from here.
Can't. Yeah, one way.
Yes.
Getting back is a whole different thing.
Magic item?
What? That's a powerful item.
You can't really...
We're literally in a fucking mage's college. You're joking, right?
That's fair.
Teleporting in and out of Gelstraw... Oh, I'm so tired. Elstraw isn't as simple as just doing it, unfortunately. Especially with the oracles, they've put up a whole bunch of protections to stop Faerun from just simply teleporting the entire army in. Yes.
That makes sense.
And then getting out of it, you basically can only walk out of it. At least through Orcish law, you're not allowed to teleport out of Elstraw. You can teleport to the edge of Elstraw and then walk out, and then teleport from there, but you're not allowed to directly
I assume I know all this, Reese.
Yes, he's just telling Zeldris.
Yeah.
So, unless you're willing to break your own kind's law...
I mean, could we even do that if I was?
Unlikely.
Yeah, no point. So...
It's a whole thing.
Just a suggestion.
Yes.
Easier to talk to a man than to continuously send letters or something.
I think that might be our best bet at the moment.
Honestly, I'm surprised the letters even got through. Normally, birds that fly outside of Elstraw are just shot down.
Well, I think if that's the best suggestion you have so far, I think that's everything we wanted to ask, right, Zeldris?
I believe so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Well, I have things to do.
Yeah, all good. I'm
So-
probably just going to send to him and try and figure out more. Should we try incinerating that sample, you think? See if it works?
Probably not worth it, honestly. I'll just keep it with the rest. Oh.
Okay.
He goes up and you see him push past one of the bookshelves off to the side, and you see it like half open up, and you can see this just shelves and shelves of just vials on there. You see him take out a small label off to the side and just kind of stick it on, and then he just writes something on it. You actually can't read the writing; it's not in common. And he just puts it up on the shelf.
Where did most of your creatures go?
I've moved them out for safety. I have a feeling that,
The full moon?
No, not that. Well, maybe, but more so if the governing people of Faerun decide that my creatures cause the problem.
God.
It would be best if they were out.
What's the one from the Shadowfell?
The shadow spawn in one of the cages. The other way. Oh, that's not good.
See, you look like that's not something you meant to have in a cage often, and that's worrying.
I don't have one.
Do we... This is...
You Nix, come in here!
You hear nothing.
Blood sense. I'll walk to the door. 60 feet.
Yep. You walk up towards the door, and you can see him just lying on the ground.
Arthur Nix is unconscious.
Open the door, get out.
He just... You watch as the door just flies open and Nix is just on the ground kind of twitching slightly and you see one of the cages is open. Arthur quickly runs up.
Can the first
Go
thing-
look for it.
I want to see if it's in him.
Okay. You don't actually have this ability.
No, I want to just go over to him and I want to try and, as if I was grabbing at a shadow to like tangibly touch it, try and rip out.
Roll a charisma check.
That's going to be a 19.
Ooh.
Okay. You can't find anything
Can't find anything?
around there. You've never tried to sense shadows before. You know you can grab them, but if it's in him, you're pretty sure because you can't sense it, you would not be able to grab it without literally digging into his body if it's in him.
Probably not best to
No,
kill him.
that would probably, yeah. that
Go
would
see if
probably
you
kill
can find it.
him. Yeah.
I'm searching.
You watch as he quickly picks him up onto his shoulder and just... You watch as this very quick and rushed teleportation circle begins to appear around.
Block the way out if you can.
And the doors begin to close as you guys run towards it.
Okay, cool.
And you see him just, with one flash of white light, just... He's out and the door slams closed behind you. You just hear a... Which way are you guys going, up or down?
Oh.
Probably go together. I'll put my hand on the stone and cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Cast fine.
Cool.
I'm just going to do perception or investigation. So
I'll
I get a
investigate.
date on this.
Well, actually, if you're are you investigating?
Yeah.
I'll perceive. I will perceive. That's a good perceive. That's like a 21.
Two, lovely.
I put 21 perception.
Okay. You look around. You look down the stairs. You don't see anything. And looking up, it's just an endless staircase. It literally could have gone any direction.
How do we detect something from the Shadowfell, Zeldris?
Mark, how do I detect a shadow?
He's now actually just standing there next to you.
Reese, I pop Mage Sight.
Oh, okay, good idea. Are you looking around for any sign of Arcana? You don't find anything. You see Mark just like standing there, kind of panicked, not sure what to do.
How do Shadowfell shadows work? What happens if you put them in light?
Bad things, I assume.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. The torch thing that you have.
That Arthur took away from me because it's...
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh. And you all not realize it. You're knocking on the... He's gone, Zeldris.
Oh, yeah.
Fought it away.
Okay, here's what we do. Get ascending to him, tell him that's probably that.
With what? We don't have ascending. Oh wait, he can't talk to you, he's talking to you.
Yeah. He doesn't have ascending.
We have mages!
Someone give me ascending!
You're just shouting and you hear this rushing up the stairs as you guys are shouting out. You see walking up, just peeking from down the stairs, these two very white eyes and this white flowing hair of a mage that neither of you have seen before. They run up towards up the stairs.
Send it!
Who are you two?
Look, we're associates, serious business, there's a threat here, we need ascending to Arthurn now.
Okay. She quickly dives into like a bag of holding behind her and pulls out a scroll. Can you do it? Go.
I don't know the spell race.
Good luck. It's a spell scroll.
Can't you do it? I don't know the spell.
I don't know what you're sending.
Just do it, Novitás.
Okay. I'll just write down like it's probably the creature from the torch. What should we do? Should we evacuate?
Okay. So what's this level of spell?
Okay.
Can you even the help action?
Okay. Huh?
Can't you even the help action?
No, there's nothing
Okay.
you can help with this.
Oh, I'll talk to her. Maybe you can help me with this. I haven't done it before.
Walking through it, baby steps. Come on.
Yeah, she quickly walks over and she starts to guide you through the actions and stuff like that you need to do. So you have the help action. So roll with advantage.
It's third level and it's it's evocation.
Good luck.
Oh! Very nice, Adrian.
What a good roll. Okay, cool. So the first important roll of this is a natural 20. Lovely.
Gaming.
So you very quickly, and you're actually following along as she tells you what to do. As you hold, you actually watch as it begins to float in front of you and the writing begins to glow somewhat. And then all of a sudden it just goes up in flames and you're like, did I do it? Well done. You've never cast that before?
No. Did it work?
Perfectly.
Great.
Nothing went wrong.
Cool.
You want?
Don't worry about that, Zeldris. We need to search.
Yep.
She goes to say it and then...
I was like, niceties? Oh wait.
What are you looking for?
There may be a problem.
Shadow will bring light torch that
What?
leaks shadow from the
No, okay.
Slower.
There might be a shadow spawn on the loose.
Okay.
I asked Arthurn if we should evacuate.
This might make things worse. The city, are we going to be blamed for this?
I mean, it's not really...
If we don't evacuate the Mage College, because then there's going to be a whole thing for the city and they're going
Okay, wait. Do you know Yazelki, the diviner?
No.
Okay, she's lizard folk. Go downstairs. You'll find her. Just shout her name. She's in the library somewhere.
Okay, we'll go down.
I'll go upstairs. And you watch as she very kind of like gracefully but swiftly begins to almost like floatingly walk up the stairs.
Don't die!
I'll be fine.
Then I run off.
Yes.
Arthurn can reply, by the way, Reese.
Yes, you can. Yeah. I was getting to that. So what did you say to him?
I think I said it's probably from the torch. Is that a problem? Should we evacuate? I think I said something else. Probably from the torch.
Where would it be?
Oh yeah, it probably is from the torch. Where would it be? Should we evacuate?
He
All the shadows from that thing.
comes back to you saying that he destroyed the torch.
Okay, that's a problem.
But it did react weirdly when he destroyed it.
Okay.
So he wasn't sure what happened.
Okay.
What else did you say?
Well, where would it be and should we evacuate?
Well, the torch would be in the window that destroys everything.
So we can't get that. No, I don't mean the torch, the thing. But he might not...
Thing? Oh, the thing.
He might
have
not
no
get it.
idea where that would be.
Okay. And should we evacuate?
It should be fine. It's a college of mages.
Okay.
Would there be somewhere that is utterly dark in the mages thing that it would like thrive in?
There was a basement area the ghoul was in.
Yeah, the lower down you go, the more you'll find places like that. So probably the prison, but you don't have access to that.
To the diviner!
Okay, to the devil.
Yeah. You guys run your way downstairs.
Just sprinting.
Yeah. Just sprinting down. Everybody's like looking at you like, what are you doing? Don't sprint through here. You guys run your way into the library. And you can see lizard folk near the front desk, just currently talking to Borth.
Zoom.
She's just currently looking down. She's in these. She's got a very like long face. She almost looks kind of like a velociraptor sort of lizard folk. Is the best way I can describe her.
Actually, I don't know if that's.
And she has this very vibrant blue robes on.
Yeah.
She's just currently like standing like this. She's quite tall, by the way. Like she's nearing. How tall are you again?
So it's only like 5'10".
5'10". Oh,
I'm
yes.
like 6'1" or 2".
So she's a bit taller than you.
Okay, that's pretty tall.
And she's just currently talking to Borth, kind of like kneeling down slightly to get closer to his level, and just chatting.
Diviner Zilka, can we have you for a minute? Sorry.
It's urgent.
Who are you?
Novitás, Zeldris.
Okay,
Yeah.
what do you need?
There might be a shadow spawn on the loose, and we need you to help us find it.
A shadow spawn?
Yeah,
Yes.
shadow spawn.
Did
How can Matt later? We need to find that. It's very dangerous.
Okay,
It's a shadow spawn.
It can't be good.
Yes.
Okay. She starts kind of panicking and like walking in a slight circle, like not really knowing what to do.
I will like quickly grab Novitás and be like, should I give her some of the shadow from the shadow creature? Will that help her?
It would definitely help
You
with
still,
scrying.
by the way, you've still got that like
Yeah.
bit in your hand. It's now like this solid kind of cracked obsidian-looking material.
As long as you have a good enough life for it, do it. It would help with scrying.
She's
yeah.
kind of panicking
Yeah,
and
use
just
this.
tapping it.
Scrying.
Thank you.
Component.
You watch as she just stands there and kind of like swaying back and forth.
Oh.
And just looking at it, and you watch as her eyes just go white.
I thought you needed an orb for that. That's cool.
She's just swaying back and forth for the next minute or so. She seems to have calmed down a bit. She looks like just completely out of it though. There's no shadow spawn? And she hands it back to you. You notice that she could hold it.
Well, it's
She should-
solidified.
You're not supposed to be able to hold it.
Okay.
Because it's solid to you.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be to other people. Although maybe Zeldris wouldn't pick up on that.
Yeah, probably not.
Right, well, it was definitely around just earlier.
Then would it be locked in Arthurn's room?
She probably would have been able to see it.
Yes, I can see into all the rooms. Well, except for the Archmages. But I doubt it's in there.
I don't see why it would go in there.
Well, his room is locked off at the moment. So.
Okay. It's gone somewhere. Definitely saw it.
Is there a place in the college where we'd be able to get back to the Shadowfell?
Yes, technically. Well, at the very bottom, we have. She kind of pauses for a second.
Lives are
Frankie?
at stake. Lives are at stake.
The one above associate?
Yes, that.
You're really worried about losing a bloody job.
Novice here.
No, it's not about that.
I'm novice Ruth.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me. It's fine. Just do something.
And she just walks off, just out of the room, just leaving you two there.
I hate mages.
Bureaucracy.
Borth's just looking up at both of you, just like, hi.
Hi, Borth.
Watch out for a shadow spawn.
Yeah, don't get killed.
Okay.
Head down to where it is.
Hope you both
I
well.
don't think we could get in there.
Been better, honestly.
That's not good.
Nope.
I don't think we could get in there, and if we went down there, that might cause questions.
Probably be shorter.
Yeah, there's a goblin. Like, they wouldn't let us in, I reckon, and if we did go down there, we'd just get asked things. I don't know what we can do at this point.
Warn the rest of the mages about the shadow spawn. Or maybe we don't do that specifically. And I will voice it like it's sort of like a more of a whisper. And therefore, this isn't really our fault or our problem.
I mean, I don't think they'll care that. Borth is just intriguing your conversation. I don't think they'll care that much. It's just a shadow spawn.
Yeah, it's more that like I was really not allowed to use that torch, and so if something came out of it, I'm more like I was really told not to use that, so
I don't know what torch you're talking about.
Yeah,
apparently he was going to summon some sort of abyssal.
they don't have context for this.
Abyssal?
Okay.
They don't have context for this.
I have no idea what either of you are talking about.
Although, because it's from the torch, you're right, it might be a big concern.
Yes, exactly.
How are you getting a shadow spawn out of the torch?
It might have escaped.
But
It summons darkness and might, through the darkness.
that's a weird torch. You should.
Or it could have
use
summoned a
normal
celestial
torches.
on the other hand, which also not really my style. I don't like that.
Celestial, now that would be dangerous in a college.
I think we're wasting time.
We are
Sorry,
wasting
Paul.
That's fine.
Okay, I don't
I'm
know.
always good for a chat.
I don't know what we should do.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but always good for a chat.
Can abyssal creatures hide from divination more?
Well, any creature can hide from divination.
But explicitly, is it something it's good at?
Well, also it's a shadow creature, not abyssal. Abyssal is the mind flayer, his thing.
Whatever. Shadow.
But they're not known for that. They're good at hiding.
Can I track it with this?
Probably not. It's a ball of shadow.
Yeah, what if I like undo it and try and beat it back to its original?
You're not that good.
Okay.
I have 2 questions.
Looking like, that's something for me to try, maybe.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions.
Go on.
Could we use light to find it somehow, or could we use darkness to bring it to us?
Lighting up the Major College like a big torch would probably definitely drive it away.
Or just have a torch?
Yeah, but if we light the entire thing up like a column of radiance...
Well, I don't think we can do that. What if we...
Can you warn me before you do? I'm a little sensitive to bright light.
Okay, whatever. What if we use darkness? Would that like bring it here?
That'd probably just make it bigger.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping we could find it. Okay,
Well, if it is trying to get out of the college and it's going where I think it's going,
Where do you
then
think
it's probably already gone. I can't tell you, unfortunately. I'm not allowed.
bottom floor.
But,
Why? Why must you
But-
choose such a difficult profession?
hey,
Mm?
the bottom floor is usually where the secrets are kept.
Yes, I'm aware. But I don't think we can
I want to go
there.
down to the bottom floor. He's telling you we're not going to be able to get there.
I mean, anyone can walk.
Fine, we'll go there.
Let's go.
It's just about getting through the door.
Fine.
I'm like, I'll tell you what I would do.
He kind of mutters that as you
Yeah.
walk away. You guys make
Better
your
than
way
doing
through.
nothing. We might get scolded, but hey, whatever.
What? Fine.
You see the Archmage actually is just passing by as you guys begin to make your
I
way
would definitely be
through.
like,
He's stepping rather quickly. You notice he grabs his jacket and flicks it, and you watch as it goes from like this black leathery material to this black steel,
Oh,
as it just becomes like this plate armor around
battle
it.
mage.
And you just hear this as he walks down the stairs. He makes his way down and just, you can hear him walk his way down fairly.
is he going?
briskly.
Does it seem like he's going down to the bottom as well?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
It's up to you whether you want to follow that or not.
We just get down. He's like, no, go.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
I think maybe.
You can follow him if you want.
Look, we know what is wrong. Worst things worst, we give him something he didn't know.
Fine.
Yeah. Archmage.
As you guys are discussing,
I like the thing he's
You
like
watch
really
his-
intense moments of
Yeah.
running and then breaking to be like, okay, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
you notice that Evelyn just walks up beside you guys and, what are you guys scheming about?
Go away.
That's not nice.
Evelyn,
I'm busy.
Be
Yeah.
careful. There is a shadow spawn type creature in the.
No, this is why I told her to go away.
You need to not be chaotic and dangerous.
Chaotic?
Yes.
I want to see a shadow spawn.
Fantastic. See it when it's back
Where
in
is
its
it?
cage.
In its cage. Yep.
told you to.
Arthurn doesn't have a shadow spawn. Was it someone
Yeah.
else's?
Well, here's the thing. Shh. Just
You just kind of push her as she slides back a little bit. I want to see the shadow spawn.
You don't want to die though. I don't want to have the guilt of killing another one of Arthur's students.
And she just walks off, kind of grumpy.
I told her to go away for a reason.
I mean, look at her. She's not the type to just, okay, I'll leave. She's going to ask questions.
Go.
Down the steps.
You guys begin to run your way down the steps, and as you turn around the corner, you hit your head. It's like completely dark all of a sudden. Your eyes take a second to adjust as you slam your head into like this pure, like dark steel door.
Ugh. Seriously.
I have offense or anything beyond.
It's being held back. Yeah, you can't see past it.
Probably shouldn't go. Yeah, I imagine it's locked. Try the door.
It actually opens.
That's a trap. I take a step back.
Yeah, how about we just leave this to them? That can't be good.
As you do turn it, you notice that you can feel the seal on this door very slightly open, and you can start to hear inside.
What's inside?
And you're just hearing this like muffled shouting and some like almost like lightning sounds is the best way you can describe
Can you hear that?
it. And you kind of listen, you hear that
Yeah.
just slightly muffled.
Oh, yeah, a little.
You're more used to the sound of like magic especially, so you pick up on that quicker.
I mean, it's like a lightning bolt. I think there's something going on.
Do we go in?
Could be a problem. Go in or not go in. Fine.
What are you guys doing?
Go in. Open the door.
Yeah, fine.
You feel this kind of wave hit both of you, as you can feel that seal on the door is now off, and you can hear everything coming from inside. You see this just black, pure black portal sitting at the back of the room in this it's almost like these dragon claws come out of the ground as two claws have been brought up and is holding this blackened portal in front of you, the both of you. You can see the Archmage and
The rhino?
the white-haired.
Oh. Wait, she ran upstairs.
We all played.
Did anyone else go downstairs?
No.
Yeah. So you see the white-haired, very pale-skinned woman that you saw earlier, and the Archmage, and they as you walk in, they seem to be arguing about going into the portal. They don't even hear you for the most part. This portal is making this loud sound as it's going off. You can barely hear in here. This room is fairly large, but it looks relatively empty apart from this single clawed section where the portal is held within. You can barely hear them. The Archmage seems to be arguing with her as to whether they should go after it or not. He just says, he just says, what do you guys want to do?
I don't know what we should do.
As you shout out, he quickly turns around and just points his hand straight at you. Get out, quick!
Okay.
Hurry up, out!
Okay.
You feel the door just poof right behind both of you as you're pulled back into the normal world. It hurts your eyes to come out of this room as you're pulled back into the normal lighting of the Arcanum. Pulled back into the normal lighting of the Arcanum, and you feel this kind of weight just fall off your body, and you feel weirdly sick for a brief moment after coming out of there. That portal seems like it's just ingrained in your head.
Did the claws look symbolic at all?
Yes. That's a good question for Zeldris.
Were they similar to the claws, to the hands that Antok had at the library?
Okay, good question. They looked more. They were more draconic of kind, and they didn't, as far as either of you know, they didn't seem symbolic. They seemed more to just be a portal casing with a fancy design, as far as either of you concerned. But roll a history check.
I guess he rolls
You can
it.
both do it. If
Oh,
you
really?
Yeah. That one.
Not bad, actually. With a 11 on the die, that's like a plus something. 19.
Not sure, honestly. You haven't heard anything about this sort of thing. You've never seen a planar travel portal. At least that's what you assume it was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we wait for Archmage to ask us questions.
Yep. This is definitely our fault. Do we just wait outside? Yeah.
Probably wait in the lobby or something.
Okay.
We did try our best to deal with it.
You guys make your way up.
Let's go find Evelyn, actually. I'm very worried about what I said to her.
I told you not to...
Yeah, it was...
Both of you just roll a perception check. Actually, it would be your passive perceptions. What are your passive perceptions?
17.
Okay.
There's a reason I took passive, Jesus.
Yeah.
After you, as you make your way back up the stairs, you feel something brush past you.
What was that?
Look, and you don't see anything.
Bloodstones.
You just see this blob just moving down the stairs.
Is Evelyn invisible, Zeldris?
I believe so. Evelyn, are you invisible here?
Just grab her!
Yeah, you see it stop.
Yeah, she is.
Grab her!
No. You grab onto her, and yeah, you watch as the invisibility just fades away. I just wanted to go down and see what's down there.
Look, the Archmage kicked us out. You're not going to be in there in a million years.
I was just gonna sneak in. He wouldn't see me.
Yeah, cool. No. Come on.
She
I'm
just
sort of
walks
like
up and
half
kind of
holding her
pokes you.
shoulder as
Yeah.
we walk up.
She just works her way up, slightly disappointed to say the least, as she makes her way up. You guys go back up to the top of the stairs, back into the lobby of the Atheneum.
I guess we wait for him to be mad at us.
One thing cool play with this. I had a little solid shadow.
Disappears in her hand.
Does.
It's not very cool, though.
I guess because it left.
She seems pretty proud of herself for that comment. Well, see you guys later.
Where are you going?
That way.
To do?
Stuff.
Yeah.
She walks off.
Okay. Okay, Zeldris. What should we tell him?
Really, it's the city's fault.
What?
Well, if the city and the guard were working together initially, we wouldn't have had to have run into that mine as the guards were doing, all sitting out being like, oh, do we go in the mine? Do we not go in the mine? We ran in the mine, got the torch. If they did that, and they were working with the mages, that would have ended up safely in the mages' hands to begin with. It is their fault.
That's a very elaborate thing
You're
to tell.
stretching, Zeldris.
Look, only a little.
You
Like
did
this.
kind of take the torch,
Like this.
and you really wanted to keep
Arthurn took it off me.
it. He's talking to himself again, as usual.
Okay.
Yeah, but you wanted to keep it.
Yeah, but I wasn't able to, so it doesn't matter.
By the way,
That's a little bit.
at least when I pulled Zeldris aside to talk to him, I imagine we found a place not surrounded by people.
Yeah, you can just walk outside, out of the Atheneum, and just walk off the
Okay.
side. You can just stroll around the ground.
Don't tell him that. That won't go over well.
Should we lie to him?
We could, but what about?
He did tell you to lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Should we lie about all of it? Like, we just saw it?
You don't know whether Arthurn told him about the torch or not, so...
Yeah.
Here's what I think. He asks us what happened. We say we came in to see Arthurn about the werewolf problem. Cage happened. Some blacky sort of smoke was coming off of it. I checked it out. Saw some yellow eyes. Didn't like that. We went to Arthurn's thing. Chatted. I was like, hey, why are most of your creatures gone?
I think if
Then
we
what
tell him
about
to
that
talk to Arthur about the werewolf thing, he might ask some questions.
So what? We're not hiding anything about that.
I mean, he wouldn't really approve of us doing what, because we wanted to kind of go against him.
Yeah, I mean, so does Arthurn.
That doesn't mean we should tell him. How about we make up a different reason to have been there?
Like?
Books?
How about Vaughn?
No! I don't know, what's a book we could be reading when we returned?
I don't f***ing read books, Novitás.
Okay, we'll say I was trying to learn some conjuration. We went... Okay, I was trying to learn some conjuration. We went up there, we saw the thing in the cage, we chased it, and all of that happened.
We chased it.
Yeah,
Implying we saw it in the cage and it instantly escaped.
that... Yeah?
Why was it sitting in a f***ing cage if it could just leave?
I don't know.
Ooh, maybe.
Maybe it was waiting for someone to be alone in the room. We could just say we went up there, saw it in the cage. So we went up there, saw it in the cage, and we chased it. And we told people that we wanted to follow them because we thought...
It could be a demon. Arthurn said when we were using that thing, it could be a... Oh, wait, no, yeah, no,
Don't tell
that
him
doesn't
about
really
it. We'll just say
the
we
amount of fear we had there.
We'll just say we saw it, It seemed scary, didn't know what it was, went downstairs after it, and we saw that, and we were told to leave. Well, we told the diviner and stuff.
I feel like we're very easily going to get tripped up in our line.
I don't know.
We need to be on the same page.
Okay.
Okay. Why did we react the way that we did when it had escaped?
Seemed dangerous, and it seemed like a dangerous thing to lose in the college. I don't know much about Shadow Spawn.
He said something about it knowing the layout.
Yes. Well, if it's
Do we want to play a part?
I mean, we don't know that.
It knowing often, like...
Well, we saw it was in the room, but that doesn't really tell us that. I'd say we just saw that. It was a fairly intimidating looking thing. We don't know much about Shadow Spawn, so to be safe, we decided to make an alert about it.
Right.
Then we told people, we chased them, we went downstairs and we saw that and we left.
Okay.
So, that's good timing.
Thank you.
As you guys...
Also, you do the talking.
Yeah, I know.
As you guys are walking in the gardens of the Atheneum, just outside on the grass, you hear like some shouting coming from behind you guys. You turn around and you can see that same pale-skinned, white-haired woman. She seems to be walking towards both of you.
Yeah, we'll just wait, I guess.
Just waiting where you are, or walking
Yeah.
to her?
Just wait where we are.
You just stay
Look
there.
semi-nervous.
She walks up to you.
How did it go?
Fine.
Archmage walking the board?
You'll be taking a prolonged vacation.
What?
Okay.
Well,
Wait, who's in charge of the college?
Probably you.
no. It would be... Next in line would be Snivnia.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
I'm whispering. Don't be screaming. Don't be screaming. Don't be screaming.
She kind of like, excuse me?
He doesn't like us.
He doesn't like most people. By the way, did I guess your names?
I
can't
don't
remember.
think you did.
Who are you both?
Zeldris and Novitás.
Novitás. You don't.
Right. I've heard a lot about you, actually. You, I have no idea who
Just,
you are.
he's a friend of mine.
Right. I'm
Not so much associated with the college.
I'm Vol as a Marine.
Yes. I assume you have some questions.
As she's standing near you, by the way, you can feel this like kind of cold as you stand around her. It's the same sort, and looking at her, it's the same sort of description you got of Faye Forth. You think she's probably also a Windholder.
Yeah. Makes sense.
What did you say?
Are you new here? Were you one of the...
Not new, just returning here.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I was the resident necromancer for quite some time, but left due to circumstances.
Was it just the city being difficult?
Keen mind, yes.
That makes sense.
The city is not kind to people who practice my magic, to say the least. But given the circumstances, my return has been necessary.
What's your take on the whole werewolf thing?
Darting around the topic isn't going to help you. What were you two doing?
Can you be more specific, or...?
I don't think I need to be more specific.
We were going to see Arthurn.
Mm-hmm.
Upon entering his room, a lot of his creatures were missing. Curiosity was spiked. I went over to one of the cages with a tarp over it. Took a look inside. Saw some... It was incredibly dark. I saw two bright yellow eyes. I was unsettled by that, so I decided to leave town.
Are you a conjurer's apprentice, or what are you?
He's
No,
a friend
I'm
of
just
mine.
looking
I was
at
going
notes.
there to do
You a
some...
mage?
No, he was coming with me. I was looking to study some conjuration.
I'm just his friend.
Right.
Yes, so we were going up there to maybe borrow some books.
Okay. Go on.
We then went in to talk to Arthurn, had our chat. He sent his student Nix out. A few moments later, returning with a knock on the door. We was told to wait. A few moments went past. We were finishing up our conversation, and I asked him what the creature in the cage was, as it unsettled me. Yeah. He said he didn't have any creature of the like. I then called out for Nyx. We heard no response. Opened the door, he was lying unconscious.
Did you see where it went?
No.
Then why did you run downstairs?
We assumed it had escaped.
You didn't choose to run upstairs?
No. You were going upstairs.
Yes.
But before that?
Yes, we were trying to decide what to do.
Right.
We weren't really sure.
You and I called out for that sending.
And what made you go after the Archmage?
He's the Archmage. If anyone knows what the f*** he's doing, it's him.
Awesome.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check. She's definitely suspicious of you. She feels like something's wrong, but you haven't told her anything to make her suspicious.
19.
Oh.
Well done. Right. She seems slightly calm.
He's also a personal friend of my father.
Oh. Oh.
Ventia? Elois Ventia?
Yes. Yes. Right. Well, first thing, I hope you understand that neither of you were supposed to go down there, right?
Nope.
And I hope that neither of you go down there ever again, unless you attain mageship or become the Archmage.
Okay.
Very doubtful for you. So please don't go down there again.
I'll try not to.
Good. Consider that as a warning, I suppose.
That's fair.
Feels weird giving a warning after only being here for a couple of days, but
It's a really passive warning, not gonna lie. The other ones we've had very more threatening on our life.
well, I don't quite care much for threatening people's lives. Threatening someone's life doesn't really mean much when you can just bring them back. I don't think there's anything else I have to ask you. Something else.
So did it escape?
Hmm?
Did it escape?
I assume we're not allowed to know.
Yes.
Well, the Archmage went after it.
Yes,
I said the Archmage was going on vacation.
I'm aware of what you said.
I think you're not meant to tell her you picked up on things.
Well, yeah. She kind of just scratches her head. The point was, I was insinuating not to tell anyone else.
Sorry.
You're in a mage's college.
Yeah. No one's walking around going, what are these two talking about?
Has he met a mage before?
He's met quite a few and he still doesn't quite.
Curiosity is their thing.
Mm.
They see a bunch of people talking off in the corner of the Atheneum's grounds. They're going to start asking
Skeletons.
questions.
You realize that
I don't see them. They could be anywhere.
they could be invisible, they could be a diviner. It sounds really quick.
Other than the people that you can like see that are obviously not carrying, like just walking.
No one on the
and
5th
stuff.
level invisibility?
No.
They don't need to be invisible.
You could do it all number of ways.
Invisible, diviner.
You should learn to be more tactful when speaking in front of mages.
Little worm on the ground.
Polymorphing is quite a good way of getting information. Anyway. Or dying and laying there and listening. That also works. I don't think I swear there was another question I had to ask both of you.
Maybe about.
No, can't remember. Anyway, goodbye. She just walks off.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Okay, so she was just nothing. I'll tell you after when we're outside the mage's college.
She
Okay.
walks very strangely. Like, she basically glides on her feet. It's very odd to watch. And you notice that the grass beneath her feet kind of... You see them go slightly icy. And the moisture seems to freeze in them just a little bit. And then as she walks past, they go back to normal. They look slightly damaged after she walks past them. So you can see, like, this line through the grass, which of damaged grass as she walks along. You guys make your way back home. Spend the rest of the week either jumping back and forth between the Arcanum, just researching stuff, or staying at
If I
home.
go back to the Arcanum, is like Arthurn or Nix come back?
Within the week, no.
Ooh,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Probably want to send in him again.
You can at some point if you'd like.
Oh, I'd have to buy a sending.
And it went through the portal to the Shadow Call. And
Can
the
you-
Archmage went up.
I really
Oh,
should.
by the way, you get a hang on, I gotta remember. So it's level 3, right?
Yeah, Arthurn could kind of just do it.
Just give me one
That
second.
is power mage. I think I should learn sending.
Yes.
It's probably a good idea.
Reese, does that roll count for
so-
like learning the spell?
Huh?
Does roll only account for learning the spell?
No.
Oh.
It'll help towards your first roll then.
Okay.
But in the mail,
The mail.
yes, you find a letter at your front door from Miss Asmarine, so the Winter Aldrin you just met,
Oh.
for 300 gold pieces, a receipt for using the sending scroll.
Wait.
Wow. That is spectacular.
Wait, what do you mean receive?
So as in, she's charged you for her casting of the sending scroll.
Oh. Wouldn't she have just asked for money then?
No, apparently not.
Right, well, I never got this and I put it in the fireplace.
Well, it has a little
I'll just-
a pouch at the bottom where for you to put gold in. So you can burn it if you'd like.
I'm gonna detach the note from the pouch, leave the
Okay.
pouch at the back of the mailbox,
Okay.
and then burn the thing.
You try and take it off, and it doesn't seem to come off.
I hate the lot of you. Your pains in my ass.
You throw it in the fire. It just sits there. It doesn't burn.
I think we should probably pay her. Sorry.
It just lets out this like high pitched whine as it sits in the fire. It's really annoying.
Oh.